This is probably one of my favorite resin projects ever. Not because it's easy, because honestly, it's kind of a little more than frustrating. But when a customer asked me for this custom cobalt tree, I immediately said yes because the results are so worth it. I'm going to measure the height. I want it to be really about 12 inches tall. So my circle needs to be quite large. I mean, at least 24 inches, probably a little bit larger because the height is from the center all the way to the bottom. So it is quite tall. So I have this circle form that's only 14. That's too small. This mold is 18, so this is too small. So I'm going to have to freeform it, which is what I did before, and it worked out well. Plastic shower curtain liner that you can get anywhere. You can get them at Dollar Tree. They're really thin, but you need a plastic one. The resin's not going to stick to this. And then when you're ready to shape it, you can lift the whole thing up. So I need about 20, at least 26 inches. This is going to be plenty wide. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut it though, because I don't want to have to fight with a great big piece of plastic. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. Okay. So I want to measure out a circle. This is roughly the center, and then this is 12 inches. So I'm going to tape it right here. And this is going to be very, very rough. Okay. However way you want to mark it, you mark it. So I am just going to tie a knot around my Sharpie, just like that. I don't want it to be, it doesn't have to be exact, but that's probably about 12 inches right there. Yeah, so that's going to work. So I'm just drawing a rough circle. And I don't know if that's going to, I don't think this has enough ink in it. All right, hang on. Let's try a green Sharpie. That one's dried out too. That one's good. Okay. Okay, so let's try this again. There we go. So I'm just sketching it out. That way I can kind of, stay. Oh, Lord. Okay, that's a general circle. Okay, now I can kind of stay in the lines and it's going to be sort of even. How do I keep the resin from seeping out? All right, so this is going to look weird, but just bear with me. This is a piece of rope, nautical rope. You could use a hose, you could use rolled up newspaper, whatever is going to give you that shape. This is not long enough. I want something that's going to be really flexible and lay flat. So just bear with me, okay? So I'm going to go on the outside. Looks like somebody's sliced it there. Go along the edge, just like that. And so that is going to give me the support that I need, like the sidewall support. Okay, slightly outside of the circle. Then I'm going to put another piece of plastic on top. And then when I pour the resin, it's not going to seep, like it's not going to seep off of the plastic. Does that make sense? And if I need to adjust, in here I can. But I want it to be as flat as I can get it to that line. So it's supported just enough. So I like that. All right, I'm going to use a big cup because I'm going to mix a lot of resin. So it looks like in my last video, I mixed up 200 milliliters at first. That obviously is not enough. Then I mixed up another 200 milliliters, and I remember that being a little bit thin. So I'm going to mix up a total of 600 milliliters. And I know some people don't like it when I speed up the video, but for boring processes like this, I think you'll agree it's okay. Unless you really want to watch 3 minutes of me mixing Let's Resin Fast Cure with my Let's Resin mini mixer. No? Ah, I didn't think so. She wants all cobalt blue. So I'm going to use this No-Con blue, which is pretty close to cobalt. And I'm going to go ahead and mix it straight into my cup. And I'm probably using 2 teaspoons because it's a lot of resin. If I need more, I can always add more. So let me mix it up again with my mixer because that'll just save my hands a little bit. That color is so luscious. I'm going to let that drip. Okay. And I'm going to take my stick and just do another stir by hand. I'm going to scrape my edges and scrape the bottom really good so I don't have any dry spots and no surprises here. That color is so gorgeous. Look at that. Gorgeous. Okay, so she wants an all cobalt tree, no white in it, but something along the edge. I'm just going to pour the resin right in the middle, get the resin set, and then figure out the edge. So let's do that. I'm just going to start right in the middle. Oh my God, this is so gorgeous. Okay, I think I have squeezed all I can get out of here. And if you want, you can let it self-level, but this is a fast cure, so don't have time for that. But it is, I mean, it's running pretty good. So here's what I'm going to do. Help it along. I'm going to use my silicone spatula. Okay, so I've got my little silicone spatula from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to encourage it to spread out a little bit. I don't want to use my gloves. Y'all, this color is so gorgeous. And so see how the plastic is sort of lifting up and the rope is keeping it from traveling too much. So the rope is going to keep it in place. This is like spreading icing, cake icing. Did I just, yeah, I did. I just put my hand in it. I could probably stand to go a little thicker on the resin. I'm going to mix up a little bit more. I want it a little thicker. So that was 600 milliliters. So really, I need probably 800. To see it's thin right there. It's thin. And the color is pretty close. All right, 800 milliliters. Woo-wee. So when you definitely keep that in mind as you're figuring out your pricing, because that, that makes a difference. and how you price your items.
Okay, so quick little sidebar about pricing. So here's how I would figure out how much resin I'm using for this and how much it's going to cost. The Let's Resin Fast Cure is $54 for a gallon. A gallon is equal to 3,785 milliliters. So divide 54 by 37.85 and you get 0.0142 cents per milliliter. I used 800 milliliters, so multiply 800 by 0.0142 and you get $11.36. So I used $11.36 of resin, just resin alone, for this tree. Keep that in mind when you're pricing.
All right, so I'm going to work my edge a little bit.
So what I'm doing here is making sure the plastic is laying flat enough so the resin doesn't get too thin along the edge. But if it's too flat, the resin runs too much. So this part is a little bit tricky. It just takes a little patience and a few heavyish bottles of alcohol ink to hold the plastic in place just right.
She did want, I'm going to take my gloves off. She did want some white around the edges, but not like anything really, really intense. I was thinking about using these Dollar Tree beads, but I also think this glass dust would work too. I'm going to try that. Let's just try it.
I crush my own glass and I use a colander to sift this very fine dust away from the larger pieces. It almost looks like pixie dust. I don't know if this glass is going to show up on the finished tree, so this really is kind of a leap of faith.
Okay, well, we're just going to let it go. I just think using these beads is not going to be what she wants. Oh, I just had an idea. I bought these about a year ago at a thrift store. And what about these? I'm going to go ahead and use those. These look like plastic beads. I think I'm going to use these rather than the pearls. I think that's going to be more along what she wants.
I'm just putting the beads around the edge, which is going to be the bottom skirt of the tree. And it's not until I'm watching and editing this video that I notice the movement of the resin towards the center. You can see it right here. I think adding the glass dust is really causing some kind of reaction, and I kind of like it.
It'll be like a little border around the resin. And we'll just see what sticks. I know I'm probably going to lose some. Oh, it might be a little bit thin right there, but we're just going to go with it and see what happens. So now the trick is going to be waiting just long enough for the resin to still be tacky, but not sticky before I drape it. So that's going to be the next step. All right. Okay, it has been now 4 hours and it's perfect as far as the bendability. And I knew I was going to lose the glass. Like I 100% knew that. But because I put way, 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 way too much. But I think that's going to be okay. Now, the trick, and what I'm going to use is the Let's Resin bottle. It's empty now. I'm going to slide this down a little bit. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put the bottle right there. And try to get it centered. Sorry if my arm is in the way there. Oh gosh, no, 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 no. There we go. And this is the frustrating part now that I remember, is getting it folded just right so that it hangs and it doesn't stick to itself. But the consistency of this is absolutely perfect. Now it's not sticky. I'm actually able to touch it. So maybe I could just do that. Did I get it right the first time? I don't believe this. Okay, I actually think that that's going to be just right. This is sticking right there. I don't care. I don't care. It's sticky like gum. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folds. I don't really have it level. Let me try to shift it just a little bit. Oh my God, if I mess with it too much, I'm gonna mess it up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 folds. I think that's it. I don't want to mess with it anymore. I don't want to mess with it. I have tinkeritis, and I 100% will mess it up if I mess with it anymore. I'm gonna put these bottles up under the folds, just like that. Come on, man. You gotta work with me here. That'll just kind of make it more full, like make the fold a little bit more full. If that makes sense. Yeah, that's good. So just supporting that fold a little bit. It's a good thing I have plenty of these. There's one there. Just helps it to keep its shape a little bit. And now I'm getting a sticky right here too. There we go. Okay, you know what? If I mess with it anymore, I'm really gonna regret it. So I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. Couple of little flaws, but I think it will be fine. And once it cures, I can dust it off. We're gonna glue a star at the top and call it a day. It has been 24 hours. Dust off a little bit. Got that dust on it from the glass. I think that's all it is. This is so pretty. I need to do is just seal this plastic. It comes away really easy. The thicker plastic works so well. And so it's kind of stuck in there. There we go. Oh, and look at how pretty this is. Just lovely. I probably should have waited a little bit more to put it on the mold because I am getting some wrinkles in here just because the resin was still really sticky. Got a little droopy right here, but overall I am very happy with this, and I think my customer is going to love it. I don't know what kind of star to put up there though. So I could either put a star like this or one of these. So which star? This one? Because it would be pretty on both sides. Ooh, I like that. I think I'm going to use that one. Or this one. No. I think this one because it's pretty on both sides. All right, let's attach it on there. And I am going to use the Bond Crafter. And then my little Let's Resin UV resin flashlight.
So I'm using the UV resin as a glue to hold the star in place. And UV resin is such a great way to attach these stars. I mean, look at how quickly it cures up. And then I can just let go. Cannot do that with Gorilla Glue. And here is the finished tree. I love how it turned out, and I really hope that my customer loves it too. So, what color should I make next? Let me know in the comments. Okay, make it a crafty day, friends. Bye.